So on this one right here, this is a SIG P320 M18, and we went with the SIG Romeo 1 Pro. These is a little more on the expensive side. I want to say between $350 and $400. It's direct mount, is no plate needed, but you do lose your rear sight on here. This one got a huge, well, not a huge, but it got a pretty nice size window, dots to match the front, so you can pretty much line up with that if your dot go out. I mean, if that notch kind of do co-witness with the front sight, so that's pretty decent. This red dot right here, I probably, out of 2 years or so of having this running, I may have only changed the battery twice, but I believe this is the original battery in here. It's a super bright dot. I'm not sure if this one is 3 MOA. Sits pretty tall. It did come with like a covering case, stuff like that. Battery on the top, which is good. And the battery life on this thing is pretty good. Better than some of the other ones that I'm having this video. It's the SIG Romeo 1 Pro. Next we got the Vortex Viper in FDE. This one is the Optics Planet. The battery is at the bottom. This gun comes with the plates. FN45 come with the plates. So the battery is pretty well sealed from water, stuff like that. Sits real nice and flush. Co-witness with these suppressor height sights, very good. Battery been decent on here. I don't think I changed the batteries yet. Got this optic on here when these came out. I think it's been almost a year now. And no shake away. They do cut off after a certain amount of hours on the Viper. Nice circle dot on here, and they co-witness good with these sights and sit in this gun pretty good. I like how this one sit. So that's the Vortex Viper. Next we got the Viper Venom, and this one the battery is at the top. This looked a little smaller than the Viper. I guess it's the way they shaped, but the window looks a little smaller than the Viper. This VP9 long slide didn't come with suppressor height sights. Probably gonna change those out, but this one comes with the night sights in the front and rear. So I'm gonna switch these out to suppressor height sights to co-witness with this, because on these Vipers, which I got a few of them, the battery, I cut them down on low and the battery goes dead fast. I go through a lot of batteries with these, and I bought name brand batteries like Energizer and stuff like that. This one is 3 MOA. I think it cut off after a certain amount of time, but if I had to buy them all over again, I would go with the Vipers. I like the Viper a little better. I like the buttons on the Viper than the Venom. This Venom is a 3 MOA. And these strip out very easy. Very easy on here. So if you try to use like the bullet, you better off using the tool that it came with. Or if you're just using any old flathead, this looks like this strips pretty easy. You can see the difference on these two. But I've been in this one quite a bit changing batteries, and this gun is not even part of the EDC. I'll come back and be ready to go to the range with it or something and notice that the battery is dead. Another Vortex Venom right here. Same thing as what I said with that. Right here, I just got these ones recently, Riton, and I'm liking these right now. They auto brightness. PX9 sitting on there real clean. Battery at the bottom, don't really like that, but it's sitting on there so flush that I'm not worried about any water or anything getting in there. And it also co-witness with these sights that came on the gun, so I wasn't mad about that battery being on the bottom. And I've had this for a pretty long time and never changed the battery, so it's really putting out whatever. If it's 20,000 hours or 30,000, it's really putting it out. Maybe be with that auto adjustment. That's probably why. I don't know if you can see that dot or not. Probably can't with these other lights on, but I really like the Riton optics. It's very similar to this one right here. with the field view, and I think this one got the biggest field view. But they have a smaller Riton that I'll show in this video also. Smaller version right here. And with this one, it may be the gun setup. Like it mounts to this SAR. What is it? SAR 9 Mete. I don't know if you can see it. You can see the battery. So I really don't like that. Like they come with a little rubber seal on it. So I'm gonna blame the gun on this one. I believe they might be lifetime or limited lifetime. I'm not sure. With the Riton, I ain't had no issues with them. Same thing with the battery life on this one. Haven't changed any batteries, and its auto brightness. You can see how much it's smaller than that one. So it is smaller. I think it's a micro red dot, and this is like if you want to call it full size. So these ones go on like the Hellcats and P365s and stuff like that. But I think it's just because I think it's more so the gun. That's what it is. Because this gun didn't require a plate or nothing. You just took the screws out and mounted this straight on top. Here's another one that came with this gun, the Garson MC9. And this one, let me see what this say. I believe that say dairy on it. I thought it said Perry, but I think it say dairy. And it just came with it. Same setup as that one. Well, they did put a little bitty notch in here. So you can see a little notch in the slide, so that'll kind of support it. You don't see the battery, but you can see the rubber seal. I don't really like when they hang off like that. This one is, I'm guessing auto brightness. This was like the cheapest one. You can tell, like it don't even tell you left or right. We got it zero pretty good. This gun came with this sight on. So they guess they're using these for rear sights. Haven't changed the battery in it. So I'm looking at it now. I think it's dead. This one is dead. I'm gonna have to change the battery, and the battery is at the bottom. So here's another Venom on IWI Masada. This one goes with a plate. And they did good. I like how they did. They played it, finished out the little cuts right here. No co-witness because the sights is pretty small. So yeah, no co-witness on there. And I'm betting this battery is probably dead. Let me check. I think this battery dead. And this one is fairly new because you don't even see no scratches on the battery cap on the 509. So they can co-witness with guns. It just depends on which sights you got and how the gun match up. And some of these 509s come with this on here. So 509 has so many plate options, but it do co-witness, and this is a 6 MOA. Some of them is 3 MOA and some is 6. Here's the Riton, the little one. Smaller one, I guess, is like micro for the Hellcat. And it's doing pretty good. You see just a little rubber seal, but I think that'll keep out any moisture. And then they got that little indent also. And that was the direct mount to this gun also. I mean, there was other options, but this was a good price when I got these. You can co-witness with this one. So that was cool. So either when the guns they cut them low, you can co-witness if the optic can go in there without a plate. But if you have to put a plate or it's just on top of the slide, if it ain't suppressor high sights, you definitely not co-witnessing. So that's the Hellcat. Here's another one of the Vipers. Battery, well, on the Hellcat, yeah, the battery at the bottom on the Hellcat. All the Ritons, the batteries on the bottom. And they auto brightness. Viper goes with the plate. That's nice and sealed. Battery on the bottom. Suppressor high sights. Just tap the button. I always do that before I carry one of these. I just check it. Tap the button up or down is on. These right here, got these for a good deal. These Truglos. They kind of seem like they built like these. They kind of resemble these a lot. Even the little pattern in the inside. The battery on the bottom. These is probably the newest ones I got. And even the button on the side. So it's kind of similar. And with these, it's got some clear glass on this. The glass is pretty clear on these Truglos. I know some of them other ones dusties, but these Truglos got some clear glass. And this is this co-witness with this XDM. Got the suppressor height sights. The plate on there, pretty clean down there. Even, you know, that's what I look for now. I want that battery to be all the way covered. So I got a little indent in there to hold it from the front. But yeah, I got some of these Truglos on my rifles also. So I got a couple of those. The Ruger 57, we put the Truglo on there. And that's covered at the bottom. On here, the 502, we put a Truglo on there also. Still got to zero this one, I ain't zeroed it yet. But it co-witness on there. Mostly all of these is the Venom Vortex footprint besides this one. This, I forgot what this footprint is. I think like RMS or something like that. I know my Polymer 80, it fits on my Polymer 80, so I'm just going to get another one. Just ain't no rush. I think this is the Shield footprint. MC9 might be Shield footprint. So yeah, out of those 4 Vortex Venoms, they all doing the same thing. I think that's 4. Yeah, it's 4 of them. They all going dead pretty quick, but I mean, it might be just what the hours is set up. I don't know. Or maybe it's something I'm doing wrong. Maybe I don't have it on auto shut off, but I know Vipers is on auto off.
I see your motivation, I see your movement is in effect, and I fucking love that shit.